All right, number 5, we want to consider the chart on the right. Want to know what is the greatest single expense category to the nearest degree. What is the central angle? Okay, so when you have percentages, we want to find the central angle. Okay, so depending on what you have, if you want to find the central angle, you're going to multiply the percent, which you can have the frequency, times 360. Why 360? Because a circle is 360 degrees. Okay, so we're trying to figure out what's the angle, or what portion does each of these colored sections make up. All right, so we want to know net. Okay, so first we want to find out, the question is, what is the greatest single expense category? So out of all of these, okay, look at the percentages. 25 is the biggest percent. Now, when we multiply, we don't multiply the percentage. We have to convert that to a decimal. So I should say percent as a decimal. All right, so in this case, 25% is the biggest category. Okay, as a decimal, that is 0.25. So we're going to do 0.25 times 360, so 360 degrees. That is going to give us 90 degrees. So the biggest category is Medicare and Medicaid. So this one, and that is a 90 degree. Okay, that comes from the percent times the 360 degrees for the circle. So that's the percent of the circle. You convert the percent to a decimal, and then you just multiply. All right, number 6. It says watch the video, complete parts A through H. Okay. We have 100 full-time students at a 2-year public college surveyed regarding their employment status. The weekly hours of those who reported employment are represented in the histogram. So this may be all of them, it may not be, but we want to know how many students work between 10 and 14 hours. All right, so you have a bar graph right here. It says 10-14. If you go up to the height, that goes over, looks like 8. That's 6, 7, 8. So that's the line. So 8 students work between 10 and 14 hours. All right, part B, how many students work more than 34? So I might not have to write anything here. So more than 34. So this says 32, 34, but more than 34 will be 35 plus. This looks like a height of 3 if I go across. All right, see how many students work 10 to 19 hours per week. So 10 to 19 would start here in this group and go all the way up to this group, 10 to 19. So we need to add those two categories. So there was 8 here and 4. So 8 and 4 looks like it gives us 12. D, how many students work at least 10? So at least 10 or more. Like I said, you need at least a 70 to pass. You know, you need 70 or above. So don't think of that least means less than. At least means that is the smallest or more. They worked at least 10 hours. So 10 or more would be this group, and we would add all of these. All right, so we have 8 and 4 gave us 12, and then adding this group, another 12 adds to make 24, and then another 8, 32, and then another 4, 36, 39. So 39 of them worked. So you just add up all the columns. out of the 100 surveyed, how many indicated that they were employed? Okay, so we just counted from 10 and above. That was 39. All right, so there's only one more category to add. 39 plus 3. 39 plus 3 makes 42. So 42 out of the 100 students actually have a job. All right, so according to the histogram, how many students reported working 6 hours per week? So we do not see the number 6. 6 is in this group here, all right? But we don't know how many of them work 6. Like, none of them might work 6. We just know between 5 and 9. So we know that there's 3 people. All 3 of those people could work 5 hours. None of them could work. They could work 5, 7, and 8 hours. It could be anything between 5 and 9. So we cannot tell. This information is not given. We cannot tell for sure. We just know that 6 is in this ballpark. It's possible, but we don't know how many. And then G says, according to the histogram, how many students work 2 hours? Okay. Well, nobody is in this group. So even though we wouldn't be able to tell how many, since this bar or this area has no height, nobody works 2 hours. So we can definitely say that there are none. There's not even a possibility of working 2 hours. Nobody's in that category. And then H, which of the following sets of data may have been used to construct this histogram? So we want to look at the information given and then match up the height. So between 5 and 9, let's just start there. 5 and 9, there's 3 people between 5 and 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 people. We only have 3, so A is out. B, 1, 2, 3. That looks good. Let me look at C. 1, 2, 3, 4. That 5 that's out. And then 1, 2, 3. So B or D. So let's look at category 2. Between 10 and 14, there were 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so D's out. B is the only possible choice.